Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Today I'm taking part in the Pootlers Video Hop and we are showcasing brand new products from the mini catalogue July to December 2021, and some people may also be showing you some of the Sale-A-Bration products that are brand new right now too. I am using the Encircled In Warmth stamp set, which also coordinates with these fabulous Encircled In Beauty dies that are part of the annual catalogue. So I'm going to be using this one. I'm also using a bit of this silver foil, so it comes in 3 different finishes and is stunning. The one that I am using, I've already die cut, is this kind of darker matte finish, and I am pairing that with this absolutely gorgeous Peaceful Place Designer Series paper. So, to reveal, this is what I'm going to make. I've used 1 centimetre wide strips of 4 different patterns from the speciality paper and put them together in a very simple pattern there. I'll just quickly show you the papers. So we have silver foiling on one side and a plain pattern on the other side. You know what I mean, plain pattern. This page is fabulous. You can get 4 6x6 card fronts from that. Very little that you would need to do with that. Lovely sort of abstract trees. This one, another stunning one with these trees and little silver snowflakes on that one. And sorry, I forgot out the other side of that one. A little diamond pattern. Stunning wood grain effect. Beautiful. And we've got some trees on that side. Again, more lovely foiling on that, and beautiful little snow cabin scenes on that, which coordinates fabulously with the stamp set from that suite. More snowflakes and a beautiful check pattern on that. So you'll see I've used all of the patterns that I've used are the ones with the foiling on them on there. Little bit of heat embossing on my sentiment from Encircled In Warmth. So I've got various pieces already prepped. What I would say is I added the strips of paper to a piece of card and then backed it and then it's onto my card base. So the front's kind of heavy, so I made sure that I balanced that out with having extra layers on the inside as well, so that it stands perfectly, and if I didn't have that it may have gone forward like that. Okay, so I've got a piece of basic white card that is 9.5 centimetres by 13.5. I will back that once I've got all my bits of paper on it onto this piece of smoky slate that is 14 centimetres by 10 and onto my card base there, which is 10.5 by 14.5. So it was 21 centimetres by 14.5 scored and folded in the middle, and then I've got oh, I've forgotten a layer. I'll cut another one to put on the inside there. So okay, so I've got my piece of basic white card that I'm ready to put on those strips of designer series paper. So let's just add some glue. I've got a silicone mat here just so that I don't get too much glue all over the place. Okay, and I'm going to start off round about here and into that corner there. Okay, and then I want to make sure that I'm cutting that as square as possible because I will be using it again to possibly butt up like that. So just a case of deciding what order I want to do these in. Let's just do that. And I prefer to use wet glue for this because it gives you the opportunity to essentially slide that into place and make sure you've got no gap between those pieces there. Okay, and again I can just chop that excess bit off. That might be big enough to use elsewhere. Sliding that in, make sure I've got no gap, and then chop that off. Which one have I not used? That one. Just make sure I've got that all the way into that corner. Sliding that in like that. Chop off the excess. Now obviously I've still got excess, but I will do that all at the same time. So that's that way done. Now I want to make sure that I'm adding them that way. So again, I want to keep with the same pattern. So I will start off with a little bit in that corner. Like so. And then it was the light one that was next. This time I am butting it up to that bit and making sure that I've got it right up next to this one here. Okay, try not to get too much glue on my fingers. So it's this piece. Will that be long enough? Yes, it is. Just. Oh, it's almost. It's not actually. I was going to say it's almost as if that was planned, but if it was planned, it wasn't planned very well. There we go, that's better. Straight cut. Not entirely straight cut, just tidy that up. So, right, so the next one I want is this one. Again, just adding wet glue. Again, make sure I've got that right up to there and right up to there. Now I'm just going to carry on and I'll come back to you once I've finished. Okay, so you may have noticed that I had just a tiny little bit in the corner there to cover up with my last strip. So I'm going to set that aside to dry completely before I try and cut the excess off completely. So in the meantime, let's do the other bit of the decoration. I have a small piece of smoky slate card and I want to do some heat embossing on that. I've got an embossing buddy which will take away any static sticky fingerprints, which is good because I've got glue all over my fingers. And I'm using the same stamp, which is this Joyful Season 1 from Encircled In Warmth. So this one here with Versamark ink. Pop that in the center there. Let me bring in a little piece, and I've got silver embossing powder, so just put the excess back. And I'm ready to heat this up, so it'll get a bit noisy, so I'll probably put it on silent. Doesn't matter how many times I do that, I still love watching that powder melt and go really glossy and shiny. Next bit I want to do is die cut that out. Now I want to make sure that I've got it in the centre there, but I also want to make sure that that is completely cold before I run it through my cut and emboss machine. Yeah, should be. Okay, so while it's still in there, I am going to poke out those pieces. I find with these intricate dies where you've got curly bits like that, that it's easier to get them out without getting them tangled up by doing it whilst it's in the die, like that. The other ones, easy enough, just to come straight out like that. Nice and easy. I will make sure that I've taken out all of the other bits from my die before I use it again. And I just want to line that up with that one and then give it a little turn. Okay, so, and I'm only going to glue it in the center. So lining it up and then giving it a little turn so that it's, you get to see a little bit more of it. I did think I would initially use it with one of the other dies from the set, but they were taking up too much of the card, and it meant that we weren't getting to see that lovely pattern that we'd spent so much time doing. So again, put that aside, and what I'll do is just add, I've got a little strip left over, I'm just going to add that to the bottom of my card base on the inside, just lining that up. So, and then I can just trim off the excess there and there. Add that to the smoky slate layer, which I did remember to go and cut. Then I can add that to the inside. Okay, so ready now to get brave with the big scissors and trim off that excess. So I'm just running my scissor blade along the edge of that white card, just trimming off that excess. Kind of gone off a little bit there. Try and get back on track. There we go. Okay, so you'll have lots of these little bits that are kind of sticky. I want to get them out the road. And if there's any bits that you've, like me, not got totally straight, you can come back in with your smaller scissors. It's better. Okay. And again, just running that straight along. I'm trying to do it so that most of the sticky bits go off my grid mat. But then that means you can't see what I'm doing. So. Last bit. Okay, now did that corner bit survive? I think it did. Yay. Okay, and if it didn't, it's so small, can't see it anyway. Ready now to mat up. Gosh, I thought I'd lost that bit. Mat that on to the front. Try and get it straight. Don't want to ruin the effect after all of that. And again, just trying to line that up. Happy with where it is. A little bit extra glue there. And then adding the sentiment. Just putting it down here so that you're still getting to see lots of that lovely design. And finally, as if there's not enough bling on there, I added in some rhinestones. basic duals. Done. Two versions, as I say, you're never going to get them exactly the same because of the bits of pattern paper that you're using and your starting off point, etc. But I hope you've enjoyed this project. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, then please do click on that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you get notified of my next videos. Please do click on the description bar below to check out all of the links to the other blogs, videos taking part in today's hop. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, bye bye.